I'm putting along and I look down at the speedometer. I'm doing 35 miles an hour. All right, put the elbow on the window, like Dad does. This is cool. And then I look up front and holy cow, I'm catching a car. I look down, I'm doing 45 miles an hour. Well, how cool is this, man? This is great. So I start to pull up in behind him and I look and there's nobody coming. So I lift over into the oncoming lane and I floor it and I wave as I go by. And the poor man's jaw dropped down to here. He didn't know what was going on. Oh, this kid in a go-kart out on the highway. I thought, oh, this is sweet. Let's see what this baby will do. We all have to look at ways to be able to lessen the load and to make things bounce back. That's what resilience is all about. We're looking for that thing that will allow us to have the energy, the enthusiasm, and the excitement to make life fun again. And before her bicep starts to cramp, I'll take it back. So what I'm going to have Lauren do is I'm going to have you hold that, and that's a pump. Just pull it out and push it in. Okay. Now with each pump of that, she's putting air into the ball, right? But let's change it from air, and let's say each of you shout out something that you could give to your team that's been struggling for days and weeks with a problem, and you're wanting to solve the problem. Well, what could you do as a team? Encouragement, very good. Slowly. Say what? Oh, perfect. Brainstorming works, and when it's done properly, right? Where there's no such thing as a bad idea, and it's all put up on the boards, on the walls and stuff, and people could feel good at contributing. What else? Help Lauren out. She's got to pump this thing up. Yes, definitely, because it's not always the problem itself. It could start at the top and be something that you're not doing as an employer. Anything else? How about imagination? Go ahead. And creativity. Humor. How many of you have ever had that exercise in your office where you've asked, when you're in a meeting, you say, okay, tell us something today that no one here knows about you. What a fun exercise that is. Sometimes you don't want to hear some of the stuff you hear, but most of the time it sort of amazes you.
I really enjoyed the quote that Keith started with from The Art of War, talking about words becoming habits and habits becoming character. It was fabulous. I can see how it applies to both professional and personal life. The program was fabulous. I would have a hard time picking one particular word. I like all of the words. I particularly love imagination.
So I went into their hut, sat down, took my boots off, and I had 22 blisters. I knew my feet were in pretty bad shape, but I didn't know they were in that bad a shape till I took the boots off. Started repairing them, putting on moleskin, trying to prepare for the next day. Then they served me a meal of dalbat, which is a lentil soup that's poured over rice. It's very bland. I learned that on my first trip, so I brought a bottle of, actually I had 3 bottles of Tabasco sauce. And when I opened the first one and put it on my meal, they could instantly smell it in the rarefied air of Nepal, and so they started trying it. Well, they almost emptied the first bottle. When we were all done, I put on my headlamp because the little boy said he'd take me out back where I was going to be able to spend the night. There was a little lean-to that was right directly behind their hut. And as I rounded the lean-to, there lay a 1,200-pound water buffalo. And the little boy had spread straw next to it, and he said, "You can sleep here. He's very warm."
Well, I think the thing that really struck me was the P for purpose. And what was important in Keith's presentation about purpose was coming up with that life philosophy. So the P was really what struck me in today's presentation by Keith.
Well, I just participated in Keith Rennison's presentation on tenacity, and it's really nice that it's coming right before the holidays because I have a week off, and I think I can employ some of his suggestions. I'm definitely worn out. I have 30 plus years in this business, and I'm looking for some inspiration.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you today. And I'll stick around and chat with you for a while. Thank you for having me.